Okay, story about how I found my house at 24 Elkins Road, Kingston, New Hampshire. It's always going to be my house, Clayton. So, I wonder what you did in it. I know he took the fireplace out, the wood stove out. I think he painted a different color. He took down the pool. He took down my chicken coop. I think my workshop's still there. Uh, did he put new garage doors? I don't know. It probably looks wonderful. I wonder who's living in there. So, because supposedly it's apartments, 4 apartments. Are you even supposed to have apartments in there like that? Are you allowed to have like 4 apartments in the residential area? I don't know. Is there a code thing for that? I wondered about that. But anyways, so how I found the house. So I always liked Kingston for some reason. I don't know. You go through the center of town, okay, and it's like plains, and that's in the olden days. That's where they used to have like, where they used to trade and like barter their goods and stuff, like way back in the olden days. And I guess everybody used to like congregate on the plains, and then there's a gazebo, and you can drive down both sides. Anyways, it's a cute town. Oh God. It turned into a nightmare, but when I first moved there, it was like, oh, it's just a beautiful property. Okay, so I was supposed to have 4 acres, but for some reason there was half an acre missing, and the selectman used to live next to me when the selectman that was before Chief Briggs was telling me that my property went all the way up to a certain point to the next neighbor's house to the stone wall. Okay, but I was like, oh, well, I was told it just went to here. And he goes, no. And I was like, so there was like a half an acre missing, which I don't know if they put that some kind of scam for easement, or something, because my taxes were never assessed right to begin with. Like, and they're always saying like my house is a 4 bedroom house. When I bought it, it was like a 1 bedroom house. Okay. It only had 1 bedroom, it was really small. And I didn't really care at the time because I basically was buying the house for the land. The land was really nice, and I had the extra lot. So I was thinking, well, I could maybe build another house on that extra lot. I don't know. So yeah, the selectman was telling me that it wasn't right what I was saying about where the line was. So anyways, the taxes were never assessed right in that town. All right, and I believe that there was some kind of a uprising when people were finding out that their taxes weren't assessed right, and you're supposed to go there, and now you have to fight it, and you have to put in, you have to do all the work, even though they're the ones that are doing it wrong. I guess I don't know, but so it was a 1 bedroom house. I saw it, okay, and there was nothing special about it at all. Raised ranch, whatever, okay, and I was like, oh, that's so cute, and the way it was Betty and Santo. His name was, they were Betty and Santo, an old couple, all right? He was like, when we bought the house, he goes, this house is not going to have any fighting in it. He goes, well, I don't want to hear about any fighting in this house. And it was old stone, old stone realty. And he actually married us. I forget Dick his name was Dick and I just thought he was a nice guy. So I figured, and he was a JP. So I figured like I was like, well, he sold us the house. Maybe we'll have him marry us too. Maybe that was bad luck. I don't know. So we got married in the front yard, and we didn't want to spend a lot of money on the wedding. It was fun. We had a fun wedding. We had our we had our reception at the village in Hampstead, and back in the day, God, I think I paid what, $9 a plate or something, or we had a buffet. I forget. But so yeah, we got married in the front yard, but we wanted to spend more money on the honeymoon, so we went to Aruba. That was really fun. But anyway, so we found the house. I found the house. All right, and my mom gave us the down payment for the house, and I put, and when she died, I got like 33 grand or something like that, and so I put all my inheritance into the house, which was a big mistake. What I should have done was, when my brother was trying to sell our house, I don't know if he would agree to it, but I should have kept my mom's house in Salem, and I should have rented it for my brother or asked him to buy my mom's house. That probably would have been the smarter thing to do. But instead of sinking all this money into a house that was just going to get stolen through mortgage fraud. But anyway, so I put so much, I put like, I don't know, like 33 into it. I don't know. So, but he was just trying to drain all the money. And then he was going to leave me. He had the plan to do that. So he was making sure he's having all his buddies do the whole project for the addition. All his buddies are doing his project. I get an estimate from Steve Bartlett. It's like wicked shady. They're out going to buy coke with the money, like, oh, just get a check from Luann, and come to find out they're like all doing coke while they're doing the project, and I'm like, oh my god. So come to find out, we he did this on purpose too. Like, so there was no windows for the addition, all right, and now winter's coming, all right. Thank God I had good credit back then, because he's like, oh, by the way, all the money's gone, and we don't have any money to get windows. Sorry, bye. Now he's doing the project. He just wanted me to sink all my money into that house so he could fucking bail on it, and I'd be stuck. All right. So I was like, oh great. So I go to Home Depot. I apply for a card, and and thank God I had good credit. And I get $6,000 worth of windows put in, so I could close up the project for the winter before the winter came. All right. So he decides to bail. He's, whatever. And so then I don't know. I ended up taking my kids to New York. I was like, I'm out of here. He used everything against me. I had friends stay at my house. He used that against me. I everything he could use against me, any little thing that came up, he would use against me. It was a nightmare. It was every single thing. And calling the police to the house for wellness checks for nothing, like how many times? It was abuse. And literally they let him do this. They let him keep on doing it. And they show up and like, haha, it's a big joke, No. This is my family. It wasn't a joke at all. Oh, and one time I went camping. I forget. I think I was with Holly camping up in the mountains, and the older children stayed home, and the kids are calling me, and I'm checking on them, and they're like, Mom, Dad's acting really shady, and I don't know what's going on. And come to find out, I come home, and this pole was like just knocked over. It was like there for years. All of a sudden, it's knocked over when I'm gone. And he was doing that on purpose. He'd come on the property, stole my sled. He'd steal stuff from his company. He had so much equipment from this company that he worked for. And I think he even had stuff from his friends, but I try to tell his friends that. They don't care. They didn't care. I mean, he's ripped off the guys up north for some kind of snowmobile trade thing that he was doing. He was supposed to do work, and he never finished it. And the guy called me, and I was like, dude, I have nothing to do with what he does. I said, I'm really sorry that he did that. But he would do stuff like that all the time. All the time. And he just totally abused me through the court and with the cops. And, wellness checks. And I'm sitting there having dinner with my family. And I got these cops like, oh, I have a wellness check. I'm like, well, we're well, thanks. Thanks for wasting, waste your time coming over here. It was just because he's narcissistic, okay? And I don't know what else he was, all right? But it was brutal. Like, he was vicious, all right? And then he meets Tiffany, and I'm saying, oh my God, the worst thing that can happen is for him to meet somebody that's worse than him or the same, and then they're both going to attack me, and that's what happened. Now he's got a sidekick that can help him, all right? He scratched my friend's car in the parking lot at a concert, at my kid's concert, and I knew they were going to do it. They left early, and I was like, oh, that's sketchy. Why are they leaving early? I thought they were going to go break into the house. And I'm sure people went into my house because I had a feeling about that too. It's, oh my God, so many things at 24 Elkins Road. It's not even funny. Like, so many things. But I think somebody was in my house. You can't prove any of this stuff, but I'm just thinking back, and I'm not dwelling on the past. I'm putting the past aside, but I'm just letting people know what actually happened and archiving all of this, all right? Because, a lot of my family doesn't even realize all the stuff that happened. what I went through. It was like a freaking nightmare, okay? So, yeah, so the house, we find the house, I put all the money in it, he leaves, and he did it on purpose, and then, so the project never got finished. So, I try to do the best I can in there, and with no help whatsoever. And I took in children, but of course I didn't do a good enough job to that side of the family. They'll stay friends with Tiffany. Everybody stays friends with Tiffany. Even Steve's side of the family. Oh, they all stay friends with Tiffany, and be like, oh yeah, Tiffany, buddy, buddy, right? But I'm the one that actually went through shit and struggled, and not one person helped us. They actually went and did things behind my back. Like, I don't even want to get into it. But I'm ruminating now, and I didn't mean to do that. I just tell the stories. I just tell the stories about what happened with the house and how I got the house and everything. I should go to bed, even though it's daytime. It's because I can't go anywhere. I'm stuck here. I can't go anywhere with my truck. It's not doing good. It has a flat tire again. But if Ed would have paid in Comcast's Spectrum would have paid for my damage on my truck, I could have got it fixed. But no, of course not. You know. And then I'm like, oh well, I could get my 40 grand, and I'll give each of my kids $8,000, and we can have some happiness again, do some stuff and whatever. And no, no, guess what? We're just gonna give that to Tiffany. She deserves it. With her abusive son, Andrew, and the drug addict son, the other drug addict son. But he's great. They're all great. Oh Lord, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. So I was kind of hoping that like my retirement age would get better and I'd be able to enjoy it, but I don't think so. I think I just want to get out of here somehow. I know I keep on saying that. I'm sorry. My daughter hates that. She hates that when you sit there and you say you don't want to be here anymore. She's like, well, I didn't ask to be in this world and I have to do it. It's like, oh, I do love Haley for her bluntness, though. I have to respect anybody that's willing to tell you, they're willing to tell you things outright, whether it hurts your feelings or not. I do respect people that do that. Okay, I'm getting messages on my phone. Something's wrong. Charging, whatever. Okay, bye-bye.